Hi, sexy. I'm Lexi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be filming a Q&A. I've never done one of these on my channel, which is crazy. I've had this channel for like almost 3 years. It's just very food related. So I never really talk about myself, but I found that I should tell you guys just a little bit about myself, especially going into a new chapter in my life. And yeah, if you want to stay tuned for that video, here you go. I asked you guys for questions on Instagram and I got quite a few. Lots that I wasn't expecting, but I got a good variety. And I'm just looking over here because I took the screenshots of the Q&As from Instagram and put them on my computer so I could see it. I feel like the best question to start with is your life story. It's quite a large question, but I just thought I'd kind of briefly bring you guys through my life. So, hi, my name is Lexi Winters. I am currently living in Calgary, Alberta. I've been here for 7 years now. But I was born in Nanaimo, BC, so I'm an island gal. That's where I was born. And then I think I was 6 years old. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I was 6 years old and I moved to Trail, BC with all of my family for my dad's work. So I have an amazing dad, an amazing mom, and an amazing little brother. But now actually my life has expanded even more. So I have a very serious boyfriend and my brother has a fiance, and I have this amazing like extra family that I never thought I'd have. Well, obviously I thought both me and my brother would find somebody that we love and like have them forever, but it's just better than I ever expected. So my family means everything to me. Coming from a small town, living in Calgary, Alberta has always been a dream for me. I always wanted to live in a city, whether it was Vancouver, Calgary, and I grew up a dancer. When I was 17, I'm a late baby. My birthday's in November, so I graduated when I was 17. And so when I went to college, I wanted to move to Calgary. So I moved to Calgary with some of my friends from high school, and we lived together. Some of those girls I'm still friends with and some of them I'm not. You know, there's always people in your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime, and still wish them all the best. But if you're watching this video and you're one of my girlies that I still talk to, I love you. I actually met my boyfriend in college. He was one of my best friends, and that was a really cool experience. And yeah, college was the best experience ever, honestly, and now I've just been here forever. College, I also went through something traumatic, which is the reason why, and I'll get into that, but 2019 and 2020 was a very traumatic year of my life, and that is something that I'll tell you guys more about in my story here later. But yeah, that is a little bit about me and the reasons why I moved around. What color is your eyes? This question says, are they gray or blue? So it's a really good question. I have like greenish, bluish eyes. So my mom has very beautiful green eyes, and then my dad has really beautiful blue eyes. My brother has bright blue eyes, and I have like a mix of both of their eyes. So the outside of my eyes is like bright blue, but the inside is like a yellowy green. So sometimes, depending on literally what I wear, I know people are like, oh, blue eyes, like depending on what you wear is the hair color or changes your eye color. And it's like, it is actually true. If I wear like really, really blue outfits, my eyes are really blue. If I wear really green outfits, my eyes are green. I love it. I love getting compliments on my eyes. I think eyes are like the window to the soul, and I love that people think I have kind eyes because I tend to be a very kind person. Everybody has their days, you know, but I try to be the nicest person I can be. What kind of fragrance are you wearing? This question says, I want to know how you smell. So I am a huge fragrance girly. I am a girl who loves scents. Like, my biggest fear is smelling bad, and I hate when I can smell people's must. It's like the number one thing for me that makes you just seem like not put together. Right now, I'm actually wearing an Arabic perfume. It's like this gold perfume. I'll put it up. It's $35 from Amazon. It is the best. The amount of compliments that I get on it is crazy. Like, and it stays on your clothes and your skin for so long, and I love it. It's like my favorite ever. I'm a perfume collector. Maybe one day I will give you guys a perfume haul if that's something you would like to see. What is your favorite thing about Calgary? Oh my God, this is such a good question. So last year, before I started dating my boyfriend, I got certified to work on yachts. So I really wanted to work on boats in like the Caribbean and just like anywhere in the world, honestly, like the Amalfi Coast, the Mediterranean. It's always been a dream for me to work in the travel industry. So now that I'm a flight attendant, it's kind of full circle. Because again, when I moved to Calgary for college, I went to school for travel and tourism because I wanted to just work in the tourism industry. That was just, it's always been my dream to like either get paid to travel or to travel for free or to travel for work. Like, I just love traveling. To me, traveling is the best education you could ever have. Anyways, to bring it back, my favorite thing about Calgary, the reason why I talked about yachting is because For about a year, I felt really lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Doing social media full time was really hard on me because turning something that you love into your work that you have to do was really detrimental for me. It made me hate it and made me feel very creatively blocked all the time. Like, it was just not for me. I was gonna move away for like 7 months out of the year. And just what I love about Calgary is my people here. I've built my own family in Calgary because my family is still in BC and I love them dearly. They come visit all the time. I go see them all the time. But having such an amazing network of people and building my life here is really something that I think people should never take for granted. I didn't want to have to go to another city and start all over again when I knew that my home feels here. If me and my boyfriend wanted to move to a different city, that'd be a different story. But to just leave everybody and everything here, especially my cat, like it didn't feel right. So I love the people here in Calgary. I love that I almost said the desert. Girl, we are not in the desert. We're sort of in the prairies, but we're also right next to the mountains. I grew up with a mountain in my backyard, so that means a lot to me. And I love the culture here in Calgary. I love the creator space. I feel like it's not like competitive, like people aren't against each other as they are in other cities. I just really, 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 really value living here. Do you like horses? I don't really care for them. Not that I don't like them or hate them. I just don't really mind. I've never really been around horses very much. I think I'm nervous about them because I've never really been around them, but they're so cute. I love any kind of animals. Honestly, they make me cry. Like, I just love animals so much. If I could adopt every animal in the world, I would. If I could adopt 500 cats, I would literally own 500 cats. If you guys can convince Grayson to build me like a cat shelter, that's my dream, honestly. This question is, why did you stop gardening, if you know what I mean? So I obviously have to use code words here, but like back to 2019, when I told you I went through something really traumatic, I have like a severe stalker situation that we've been back and forth to court for 6 years. And eventually one day, I hope I can tell you guys that story because it is a big part of my life that I'm in therapy for now and has affected my life in ways that I don't wish upon anybody, but it is something that I have been through, and it's something that was meant to happen to me. Unfortunately, it's a big part of my story. So at that time in my life when that was happening, I never gardened until I was in college, and this happened to me. It was a way for me to just completely shut my brain off. I didn't have to think about anything. I wasn't thinking about watching over my shoulder every 5 seconds. I wasn't thinking like, how did I get myself into this situation? It was just like it completely numbed my brain, like 100% numbed my brain. I didn't have to think about that at all. It didn't trigger me. I just completely numb. For me at the time, that was what I needed. And unfortunately, I did it for literally 4 years, like after that day. So September 2019 is when I really started getting heavy into gardening as a coping mechanism. And there's a lot of addicts in my family, on my mom's side of the family, one whose literal nose is falling off. Never have been open about this journey of me having like a substance when it came to gardening. But that's what it was. And so many people are like, oh, like you can't get addicted to it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, no, that's completely wrong. People can get addicted to gambling. They can get addicted to content. There's so many things you can get addicted to. And this is literally a part of the substance family, if you're understanding what I'm saying. I can't say certain things on YouTube because it'll get me flagged. And I really don't want that, but I do want to be open about this conversation. So I would literally wake up and garden. I would garden multiple times throughout the day. It was a point where I was going through one of those fun pens every other day. It was costing me so much money. It was costing me so much turmoil with myself because it got to the point where I wasn't just using it for my mental health anymore. I was then using it because I couldn't eat food without it. And then I would binge eat, and it caused me to gain like over 50 pounds. And it was just like the worst thing in my life. And it actually like ruined my life for a long time. What ended up happening is in 2024 on July 14th, after I went super hard during Stampede, I was like drinking every day. I was gardening every day, all day long. It was the last day of Stampede, and I just was like, I'm not doing this ever again. I can't. I literally physically can't even think about doing this ever again. So I just completely cold turkey stopped. And some people will be like, she's lying, she's this. No, I was so sick and tired of it. And I was just, because before that, I had tried to quit smoking like 3 times, and I just couldn't. Like, I just couldn't quit gardening. Like, was like the love of my life, and I could not stop smoking it because of all the things that it helped me cope with back then. For me, destroyed my life. For a lot of other people, it doesn't. But through quitting smoking, I found a lot of people. I found a community of people who went through the same thing as me. Some of them were 13, some of them were 45. Like, and it really helped me not be so hard on myself. And now I am a year, and I think like it's almost been like a year and 2 weeks sober, and my life has completely changed. There's been so many bridges I've had to apologize for, because when I was all the time, I was not who I really am. I feel like I cut people off very vigorously. I made decisions that I would have never made had I not been in that mental state. And yeah, I've had to do a lot of apologizing and I have a lot of regrets, but I also don't, because again, these were all things that I was supposed to go through in my life. I'm a firm believer of everything happens for a reason, and I was meant to experience certain things to have more empathy than I did before. Like I said, I judged a lot of my family members who had been through addiction issues, and now I sympathize with them, but I'll never be open to having a relationship with them ever again. It's been a rough but beautiful year letting go of stopping smoking, and I'm just really grateful for everybody that stuck by my side when I was in that insane part of my life, and people that are here for me now and love me for who I am. And yeah, it feels like the light at a very long tunnel, and sorry for the long story about this, but this has been a big part of my life, and I feel like that's a big part of who I am. And my passion for food would have never happened on this channel if I couldn't get over that, because smoking gave me a severe ED and trigger warning, but it made me despise food. I hated food, which is something that has never been the case. I've always loved food, and I'll get into that. Maybe there's a question about it, but I've always loved food, and that was a real huge disconnect for me. So yeah, anyways, if you're thinking about stopping gardening, I highly recommend. It is the best decision I've ever made for myself, literally ever, like ever. Here's a question here. What is the worst part about quitting? What sucked about stopping usage? Definitely what sucked was the feeling of just like zombieing out, laying on the couch, watching a show, not having a care in the world, like not having to worry about anything, just being a happy-go-lucky person and just like living your life. The second thing that sucked when I stopped is the apologies and the realization of how I'd been living my life for 4 years without cognitively realizing what I was doing to myself, not let alone the issues that I started to have with my body, but also the mental issues it was giving me. It gave me a lot of really terrible thoughts that was really hard to deal with, to the point where like I'm finally in therapy addressing the issues that gave me this abuse issue. I wish I just would have started therapy then, like everybody told me to, but I was like, no, I'm fine. No, I wasn't fine. If you went through severe trauma, you're not fine. You actually should get help, because I would hate if you relied on a substance like I did. And I hope that literally if one little girlie is listening to this, one man is listening to this, one woman is listening to this, and you're thinking those kind of resonate with me, then I hope this helps you. I'm also not here to judge anybody who does still garden, because trust me, I freaking miss it, dude. I miss it. But it just was ruining my life. Things that helped me stop using was using a cup that has a straw because the hand to mouth fixation, Gravol because I was nauseous for literally like 2.5 weeks, meal prepping my favorite food. So I literally lived off of mashed potatoes, soup, asparagus, pickles, ice cream, I think like quesadillas for literally 2 months because I could not eat anything else. Another thing that's amazing is telling everybody in your life that you're going to be not your best self for the next 2 months because you're withdrawing from a substance that, yes, you will go through withdrawals. Nobody believes me. You absolutely will, especially if you were using it as heavy as I was. And just be kind to yourself and do not smoke, not even once at nighttime, because that's what I did the few other times that I was trying to quit smoking. It doesn't help. It doesn't work. If you're somebody who really relies on a substance, smoking it only at nighttime and only on weekends is not going to work for you. Take it from somebody who quit cold turkey and tried that method 3 times before. I love you. If you're going on this journey, please message me. I want to help. Hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram is Lexi Winters, and I'm there for you. I got you. To move on from the heavy stuff, let's change the subject here. Why do you always say, hi, sexy, I'm Lexi? So this is my slogan. I actually have hi, sexy trademarked because I came up with it as my way to like introduce you guys to videos, and it also has a deeper meaning behind it. So I grew up a competitive dancer and always struggled with body image issues. When I was really young, that was a big source of my bullying. I always have had a larger chest as a woman and a really small frame of a body. I never had a butt. I still don't really have a butt. And when I was younger, that was something I got really bullied for. It was just something that I really struggled with, was my body image. And having these huge platforms, something that matters to me is to help other people not feel that way. And so with that being said, I created Hi Sexy because I believe that anybody, no matter what body size you are, no matter what, if you're super skinny, if you're super thick, if you feel like you have acne that makes you ugly, if you don't have the hair type that everybody wants, if you don't have all these things, it doesn't freaking matter as long as you're a good person on the inside. Because if you're a good person on the inside and your outer shell is maybe not conventionally attractive, doesn't matter. Your inner shell is what makes you sexy. So yeah, that's why I created Hi Sexy, because I like to introduce you guys and be like, hi sexy, I'm Lexi. Could just remind you that like you're sexy and everybody deserves to feel sexy. I feel like society doesn't think that way, especially nowadays with like the whole skinny pandemic with Ozempic and stuff. And I just don't support that. I feel like if you're healthy for your body size and your physical health needs and your health needs, then you're sexy. Who gives a crap? That's the reason why I say, hi sexy, I'm Lexi, because it's a cutesy little message, but the deeper meaning is really what matters. How tall are you? So I am actually 5'7". So I'm a taller girl. I am definitely not like the tallest, but I'm on the taller side and I like it. What sports do or did you play? If yes, do you still play / would you play again? So I kind of briefly mentioned growing up, I was a competitive dancer. We actually danced for Disney and we danced on a cruise ship on Carnival cruise. I danced for Disney twice and then the Carnival cruise ship once. So dancing was my life. I was dancing literally every single day for like 2 to 3 hours a day. On the weekends, I did pointe, ballet, tap, jazz, musical theater, hip hop, contemporary, percussion. Oh my God, all of them. And I think that's what gives me a passion for like entertaining or being on social media. I feel like it's like my stage. I miss dancing so much. It is such a creative outlet and it was the love of my life, honestly. I stopped doing it in grade 12 because my coach is the thing that ruined it for me. I just couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't go to somewhere every single day that I started to hate because of the person that was teaching me. I didn't want to do it anymore. I wanted to end on a happy note at a level that I was happy with and an environment that I was happy with, instead of finishing it off just because it was my last year and hating my life. So would I ever do it again? Yes. I think about doing adult ballet classes all the time and adult hip hop classes a lot. But it's been like a lot. It's been like almost 8 years since I've danced. So it makes me a little nervous, but I miss it so much. And the reason why I didn't do other sports is because I didn't have time. I grew up doing figure skating, soccer, basketball. But once it came grade 8, my parents were like, Lexi, you either have to go full into competitive dance or we're going to get, like, we can keep doing all these other sports, but you just don't have the time for all of them. So, plus I'm like not the sporty girl. I am a dancer. Like, that's my life. I love it. I just love it. Honestly, I love it so much. When I have a baby girl, she's definitely going to be a dancer until she tells me she hates it. Then we'll try other things. But it's just such an amazing environment. You're like full of women and oh, it's just the best. It is the best. Love that you work for Devin and Lang. They're my favorite because of you. Oh my God, that's so sweet. So I worked with Devin and Lang for I think like 2 years now. Again, as a bustier woman, it's always been hard to find bralettes and like undies that feel comfortable and fit me right. They are the best. They're so supportive. I love them. I've modeled for them. I've worked with them for like, yeah, literally 2 years. And I love them. I love them for believing in me and wanting to be a brand that's continuously supported me for years. And yeah, if you are looking for some stuff, you guys should definitely check out my link because, and I'm not just saying that because I'm working with them. Like, no, I just love them. Like, I've worked with them for years. They're an inclusive, gender inclusive brand. They're also a Calgary brand, and I just love them. They're the best. The men in my life love their boxers, like, better than Saks underwear. And yeah, like, we love them over here. Or the code Lexi Winters at checkout for 15% off. This is not sponsored. I'm just genuinely telling you guys, like, that is something that you guys should definitely check out if you're in the market. How long have you been doing social media? I've been doing social media since I was 13 years old. When I was 13, I made a channel called Lex Beauty 101. And I would film in my room these little tiny vlogs of me, like what's in my purse, like just like little eyeliner makeup tutorial vlogs. And it was such a big passion for me because I just love creating. And I started making money off of social media probably in college. That's when I blew up on TikTok. In 2019, I started a TikTok page and I gained over like 400,000 followers. And it was like my biggest dream come true. And then now I have this YouTube channel, which has always been a huge dream for me. And I just hope that I can continue to make you guys happy and show you guys videos and make videos for you guys that you like. And yeah, it'll always be a passion for me. I think social media is always something I'll do. It'll never be something that I fully jump into ever again, I don't think, like as my full-time job, just because it was so stressful for a while there, and I just don't think I could do that to myself again. But it is my number one passion. I love it so much. And thank you guys for letting me have a platform and for watching me. What gave you a passion for cooking? Oh my God, this is my favorite question, you guys. My passion for cooking has stemmed from being a little girl and cooking with my mom in the kitchen. I love it. Ever since I was like, I don't even know, like freaking maybe like 2, she was like letting me stir the cookies. And like, that was always a big bonding thing for us, is cooking together. And it's carried throughout my entire life. And then in high school, in my grade 11 and grade 12 year, I literally had 3 foods classes in one semester. So our semesters go from like September until I think it was like December maybe, or January. And I literally had 3 foods classes in one English class. It was my favorite year of my life. What I would do during that year is, with one of my best friends from high school, we would have a cafeteria block where we'd make food for the cafeteria kids. And like, don't tell my high school this, JL Crow, I'm sorry. But some kids I knew were a little bit less fortunate, and they'd come to the desk, they'd come to the crowbar, is what we call it. And they'd be like, can I buy a burrito, or can I get this? And I'd just give it to them. I don't know. I'm such a big-hearted person, and seeing that really hurt me. And so I was like, I'm in charge of this stand at the moment. I'm going to do what I can. It's not like it affected the school at all, okay? Like, it's just, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that was something I love to do. And cooking really has just, I can turn my brain completely off when I cook, and I just love it. I love being able to like create something with my own 2 hands. I'm not very good at art. Like, I'm not good at drawing or anything like that, but cooking is my art, and I love it. If I cook for you, that means I love you. It's such a passion of mine. And I understand if you don't like cooking, but I also don't really understand, because it is my passion. Another story about cooking that I'll tell you is, when I got my first office job when I was 20, I had to do a sales pitch because I was in sales, and they made me just do a sales pitch about something that you're passionate about. And for me, it was about the reasons why you should cook over buying food. That's how much I love cooking. So yeah, thanks to my mother for teaching me how to cook, and for you guys for letting me have a channel that's all about cooking or taste test. Just kind of involves cooking in any way it can, because without this, I wouldn't have that creative outlet. So thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got to know a little bit more about me. I know this was a little bit of like a heavier Q&A. There's just lots of questions that were really deep on here today, but I hope you guys got to know me in a deeper level and understand where my passion for cooking comes from. And yeah, just get to know me just a little bit more than you did before. If you guys want to, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you guys next time.